Jackie Thornton here, and we are bringing you a coffee cafe collection. What I'm going to do is I'm going to do a 5-part series, and each day I'm going to bring you a new card in this suite, the coffee cafe suite. So today we'll do one card, and part 2 will be tomorrow, and so forth. So over the next 5 days. So you're going to have to keep watching out for videos, or you can activate your little bell, and it's called the notification bell, and just click on that. And so when you receive that bell, it means the new one has come up from my video collection. So subscribe and click that notification bell, and you'll be notified each time the new one comes up in the collection. So let's get started. We're going to make the first card today, and this coffee collection has got some wonderful bits and pieces in it. The stamp set comes also with the dies, and you know that I keep my dies in with my stamps. I've got them just sitting in here at the moment. So this is the dies and the stamp set. So there we go there. So we're going to be using this. We're going to be actually thrashing this. So stay tuned. We're going to make the first card now. I'm not going to show you what it's like. You've obviously seen that on the thumbnail, but we're going to get straight into it and get started. We're going to be using the Garden Green card, the Early Espresso card, and some Whisper White, and also the DSP that goes along with the Coffee Cafe collection. So let's start with our measurements. We're going to need, first of all, you're going to need to cut your main card 29.5 centimeters by 10.5, and then score that at 14.8. You're going to need the Early Espresso. We're going to need a 10 by 14.4, a 10 by 7, a 9 by 3.5, and a 9 by 4.5. So that's those ones there. You're going to need a piece of Whisper White, 8.5 by 4. And then onto the DSP, you're going to need a 9.5 by 14, then a 6.5 by 9.5, and then an 8.5 centimetre by 3 centimetre. Okay, let's start putting this together. We're also going to need some scraps, bits and pieces, but I'll talk you through those as we go through. First of all, fold that main card, and this is going to be a flip up. So we've done that there. Put that aside for now. Then you want to bring in your largest piece of Whisper White, this Early Espresso, and then your DSP that goes onto that. Then pop that onto your Early Espresso. Getting that lined up. There we go. Then pop that aside with your main card. Then bring in your other pieces, and you're going to first start layering these, and I'm using fast fuse on mine at the moment. You can use any sort of double-sided tape or snail adhesive that we sell. I use snail adhesive sometimes. So there's that first one. Then pop the next one on. This DSP, Designer Series paper that I'm using, is gorgeous. The gorgeous patterns, it's just so lovely, and it's really my colours, so I'm quite enjoying putting them all together. Whoops, that's just gone down a bit crooked. Putting it all together to make these lovely cards. So we've done that, and we've done that. The next thing I want you to do in your with your bits and pieces is you want to be placing that Whisper White onto the last piece of Early Espresso. Pop that into the center of that. Just like that. So you've got your 3 pieces there. The next thing you want to do is start putting the coffee cup together, And what we're going to do is I've pre-cut these, and I've used, this is another piece of the Designer Series paper, some nice coffee beans growing on a vine there, and a lovely pattern in the, this colour here is Soft Sky. So we've got that, and we used this particular die here, and I just put that on my DSP and rolled it through the machine, the die cut machine, which is our Big Shot, which we sell here at Stampin' Up. So we've made that one there. We've also used the die, this particular die here, and this one has the embossing in it as well, so we get the corrugated cardboard look, and that's for the band that goes around our cup. And I've used crumb cake card with that one, and then I used the die that is the little top of the cup, which is this one here, and I've cut the very top lid of the cup, and that is done in early espresso. Okay, so let's pop those together. Oops, just find where that fits the nicest. Just like that. And then, oops, all you want to be doing is trying to pick this up off the ground. Let's grab a piece of paper, and I'm just going to run, now this is the top of my lid, and I'm just going to run a little bit of adhesive so that it just catches that lid, and lift that off. Using Fast Fuse, it's a very, very good adhesive. And then what we're going to do is just, I'm going to pop that just under. Now you can either pop them under or pop them over. It's or over the top here or underneath. There's two ways that you can do it. Alright, so there we have that. The next thing we want to do is we're going to do up a wee label for the front of our cup, and I'm going to use the stamp from the stamp set that says "Thanks a Latte," which is this one here. As you can see, I've used it lots. Bring in your little stamp block and pop that on. Now the colour I'm going to use is the Early Espresso, so that we keep it all tied together. Actually no, I changed my mind. That's right, I played around with it and I thought chocolate chip came up nice. So let's switch to chocolate chip. So bring in your scrap piece of paper. Ink that up. And pop that down. And I always use my paping piecing mat. And the reason I do that is because it's spongy and you get a really nice image when you're doing your stamping. Okay. The next thing we want to do is we just want to get out of our little set here. We want to grab another die that's in there, and this is the one that cuts this particular stamp out. So what I do is I place that on there and I grab a little piece of washi tape. Now some of you have got magnetic plates in your die cut machines. I prefer to do this, and is just lining that up and popping the tape on so that it stays there, and then pop that through the machine. Bear with me a moment just while I roll that through, and I will bring it back and show you just how lovely that looks. So it's just a matter of popping that off. Just because that's not sticky, it doesn't stick to the image. Not sticky like sellotape anyway, that's for sure. Okay, so we've got this. Now, the next thing I want to show you is our elements that we have with this set, and that is these gorgeous little tags made from corrugated cardboard. The one we're going to use today is this little oval one, and it comes with some hearts, little tags. Oops. There's the heart. So great for doing projects like we're doing here. Right, all you need to do is pop some adhesive, if I can pick it up, pop some adhesive on the back of this little label we just made. Just like that, and set that down into the center of that label. Okay, then what you want to do is turn that over, put some more onto the back, and place that just high up. I'm not going to put it in the center, and you'll see why in a sec. You're going to place that between there and there. So just half on the cup and half on the wrap that goes around your coffee cup. Okay, next thing you want to do is bring back in your white Whisper White, and you're going to lie this down center onto this piece like this. Okay, now to do that I'd like you to grab some dimensionals and pop those on the back there. I'm going to stick 5 on just to make sure it pops up and stays sitting up high. And so then just take off those backs. Now there has been released in our new catalogue some new dimensionals, and they are the minis, and they are half the size of these for those little wee places where you want to pop a dimensional to pop up your image, but it's but your dimensions are too big and you have to cut them down, so it saves you having to do that. So they're quite exciting. So we're going to place this into the center. Whoops, get that right. Whoops. Just there like that. Next thing you want to do is bring in this piece, and we're going to stick this over the top of there like that. Okay, so a little bit of adhesive onto this one. And place this into the position that you would like it. Oops, let's go there. Now what we want to do is we're going to bring a piece of ribbon around these two. So you want to pop your cup so that the ribbon is coming around and coming across here, so through here. So I'm going to grab that now. This is a new one that is out. Oh, this one here, and this is the crumb cake. Isn't it? It's so, I wish you could touch and feel on videos, because this is so lovely. It's gorgeous ribbon. So then we're going to just bring this around, and we're just going to leave enough to tie a bow. Just grab some scissors. And we're just going to bring this across, and the bow is going to be here on the side. Just slide that down a little bit. And start off by doing a knot first, and that will hold that ribbon in place for you to go ahead and do the bow, and it won't slide around. Okay, then do our little bow. Right, once you've got your bow tied, trim it up. Give it a little trim. Okay, so there you have it. If you want to, you can pop some little glue dots under there, and that will set that in place. The next thing you want to do is then bring over your last piece that's there, and we're going to adhere this down onto here. Now I'm going to lift it up so it's poking out the top a little bit, and then you've got a bit of space down here and a little bit more on this side than you have on this side. So it's really getting it into the position that looks good to you. I'm going to go across here. Just like that. Then we'll pop that down and secure it into place. Right, bring your card back in, and we're now going to pop this onto the main card. Okay, make sure your hearts are up the right way. Pop this on, getting it centered. Flip this over. There we go. Whoops. And then place this where you think. And I'm just going to sort of center the whole thing. So there's a little gap here and a little gap on this side. And then seal it down. So that is our card for today. Isn't it gorgeous? And I'm just going to bring in the one that I've done previously. So there we have them there. Isn't that so lovely? And I really like the mix of colours using the blue and the greens and the browns. I really like that. It's one of my favourite combinations. So there we have part one of a 5-part series of the Coffee Cafe card. So enjoy. Please come back tomorrow and view our next card that we're doing, part 2. Thank you for joining me. Subscribe if you haven't done so below, and I look forward to seeing you again soon. Bye for now.